Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? Thanks for tuning in. My name's Jeremy. I am the owner and creator of Jer's Custom Lures. Um, this is my very first YouTube video. Hopefully, we have many more to come with the new 2019 season. I'm very excited to be here, show you guys what I do, and I'm no pro at doing this by all means. I started off Christmas 2017 with my very first airbrush gun. I still run a cheap little airbrush gun, but I have come a long ways on what I do and how I do it. I've learned a lot watching some of you guys do yours and taking my own twist to it. So today, I'm going to show you how I took some of your guys' ideas and put my own twist on it. I'm painting up a couple 1.5 square bills for my brother. He wanted white and hot pink. He had a little bit of luck this past fall on some of the ones I made up just to try out. So bear with me. So what you can see here is I got some hot pink by Createx. I got my lures up here and some helping hands. Now I use the fish scale pattern. I've come up with my own ordeal. You can buy it at the store or you can get creative like I have. Normally I want to keep these tight on the sides, but for what one of the things that I have played with, this kind of gives me a different effect. So bear with us. Give me a few. All right. So as you can see, I got my gun loaded up here with some hot pink. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly dust over this. Do this one also. Then what I'll do in between is heat set it. You can see how the mesh itself's moving around, but on this particular style, I don't care. I want it more of a off look lines through the top. But normally I would lay it flat and tighten it up with some clothespins or some alligator clips and keep it really tight so it doesn't move. But for this pattern right now, I want it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it another coat here. And again, I'm gonna heat dry that one more time, so I'm just gonna put you on pause and fast forward it. Okay, I went ahead and did another heat. So now what I did is I cleaned out my airbrush, and I'm gonna dust this with just a little bit of pearl white on top of the pink. It's gonna give me the color that I'm looking for and kind of an effect I'm looking for. As you can see, I am just barely dusting any color onto there. And again, there's a reason why I'm doing this. It's going to give me the effect I'm looking for. Alright, so I gave it another quick heat dry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this mesh and I'm going to apply another layer of mesh. So, stay tuned. With the mesh removed, you can see that I got a pretty cool pattern when I doubled it all up on both of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put another little mesh pattern across the top and just dust a little bit of pink over top. As you can see, I have another layer of mesh on top. I created this little box to hold it in place because I just want it on top. I can also use it to control the flow by rolling it to the sides, rolling it to the front, rolling it to the back to keep it all flowing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put another light dusting of pink across the top. Again, I don't care about the pattern of the lines. I just want it to look a little unique. All right, let's move over to the other one. As you can see how that came out, the lines are kind of got a marble effect, but there's a proper way of doing the marble. That'll be a video down the road. This is what I like to do to give it just a unique look. Again, you can see all the different lines on there. And when I do a nice little dust pattern over top, dust pass. And when I remove it, you can see the different lines. Pretty neat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to air dry this again. And then I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then I'm actually going to clear it. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I do my clearing. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to clear these up. I just wanted to put a couple of little comments and suggestions out there. Using this two-part epoxy, I started off using an acid brush. And as you can see, most of the acid brushes I bought, they're kind of flimsy. And I was getting issues of having hairs stuck into the epoxy. So I went out and tried some cheapy ass brushes from Walmart, art brushes, little paint brushes, whatever, $1 for 30 of them, and they worked the best. I use a Dixie cup. I put my clear in there, mix it up. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of flake into this clear. I don't know what color I'm going to do yet, but when you see me mix it up, you'll see what I'm doing. Alrighty guys, I mixed up my epoxy here. As you can see, I put a little bit of pink flake in there. I'm going to mix a little bit of silver also to give it a little bit of flash underwater. And as you can tell, just a little bit goes a long, long way. It gets messy too, so I suggest containers. So when I got it all in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up. Alright, I got it all mixed up now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply it evenly across the bait. Now forgive me if it's a little shaky. This is my first time doing it one-handed. So as you can see, I'm just brushing it on. I'll get a big gob here and I'll just rub it on there, and then I'll just brush it back. Brush it back. And as it's going on, you can see where you've missed, where you haven't. And if you can tell, you can see the glitter starting to come through. Now, remember, this sets up in about 5 minutes. It's got about a 5-minute work time and then a 4-hour cure time. So make sure you have everything ready to go after you have this mixed up. There's times that I've forgotten to sign my lures and didn't have time to go back to do it. So it's kind of crap out of luck if you get that far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on pause here and finish this up. Alright, we're all done with the epoxy. As you can see, it's got that nice shine to it. You can see that little bit of sparkle in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit for 4 hours after it cures. Then I'll clean up what little bit I got onto the bill and clean out the hook holes. It's just kind of common sense of how to clean it out. I use a small little drill bit if it's fully enclosed. And I do it by hand. Ran out and got me one of these little things from Home Depot and use it by hand, and it reams it out, and utility knife to clean up the edges. Other than that, as you can see, I got a little bit of flake in there. I think these came out very pretty. Got my signature on the bottom there. You can see the more flake in the white. And we're all said and done. Oh, another reason why I use this two-part epoxy, it's self-healing. So every time you make that brush stroke, it'll actually cure and heal itself and make it smooth. So again, thanks for watching, guys. All right, so here we go. They're dried off. I let them sit for a few, and then I added some eyes, and I did a little bit of detail. Sorry I didn't videotape that, but I kind of needed both hands to do this. Bear with me down the road. I'll have a tripod and be able to get everything all on video at once. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use a two-part epoxy that I've been doing it since day one. Some of the recommendations. The only thing I don't like about it is the dry time. It's 4 hours of dry time setup. But this two-ton epoxy, I'll tell you what, really holds up. I used it all last year. It's very tough. Lures didn't get beat up or chipped up running them through rocks, especially the way I fish. I'll take my deep divers and I'll run them in 4 foot of water with rocks, bang them off the rocks, and it's held up very well. Other than that, the downfall is the 4 hours of dry time. It does set up in about 5 to 7 minutes. You do want to make sure you use equal parts. So I have a digital scale that I measure out. I recommend that. You can eye it, but it's backfired on me once or twice. I have a few lures sitting over here that I've cleared last fall, and they're still tacky. So again, remember, if you're using this two-ton epoxy, equal parts, period. So stay tuned. Well, that's how I did my pearl white and hot pink lures with a little bit of flash and a little bit of sparkle. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm going to be doing a giveaway here in a little bit. Being this my first post, I want to try to get 100 followers, 100 subscribers. Once we hit 100, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away 4 free lures. So once we hit that 100 likes and 100 followers, I'll be doing a drawing for 4 free lures, any way you want it painted. Talk to you guys later. Be safe.